Welcome to the second video of limits and continuity. In this video, we will be seeing how to solve limits when you get an answer in an indeterminate form. An indeterminate form is as illustrated below: 0 divided by 0, infinity divided by infinity, infinity minus infinity, and 0 to the power infinity. If you do not get your answer in an indeterminate form, you can easily solve your limits using direct substitution method. But if you get your answer in an indeterminate form, you have to use different methods. The second method to solve limits and continuity is the method of factorization. As the name suggests, we need to factorize the question. So basically, how do you identify whether you have to solve a problem using the method of factorization? Step 1. Always before solving any problem, try to use the direct substitution method. So here, x is tending to 2. So wherever we have x, we substitute it with 2, which will be equal to 2 square minus 3 into 2 plus 2 divided by 2 square minus 2 minus 2. Here we have 4 minus 6 plus 2 divided by 4 minus 4, which is 0 divided by 0. Now 0 divided by 0 is indeterminate. So whenever you get your answer in indeterminate, it means you cannot solve it using this direct substitution. You have to move on to a different method. Observe your question carefully. In your question, your function is x square minus 3x plus 2 divided by x square minus x minus 2. Over here, if whenever you have power, square or cube, any power that you have to use the method of factorization. Whenever you have any power in your question, you need to use the method of factorization, and you need to factorize the numerator, denominator, or both. So let's start with factorizing x square minus 3x plus 2. So I hope you all know factorization. This is of the form a square minus bx plus c, where you factorize the question by first multiplying 2 into x square, that is c into a square. So this becomes 2. Now this 2x square has to be split in such a way that when you either add or subtract them, your answer should be minus 3x. So, and whenever you multiply them, your answer should be 2x square. So if I split them as minus 2x and minus 1x, whenever I multiply them, my answer would be 2x square, and whenever I add or I subtract them, my answer would be minus 3x. So therefore, my two factors would be minus 2 and minus 1. Moving on, factorizing x square minus x minus 2. So again, you get minus 2x square minus 2x into x. When you multiply these two, you get minus 2x square. When you add or you subtract, you get minus 2 plus 1, which is minus 1x. So therefore, let's rewrite our question. Limit x tending to 2. Your two factors are minus 2 and minus 1. So x minus 2 into x minus 1 divided by, here your two factors are again minus 2 plus 1. X minus 2, x plus 1. So I hope you know how to factorize. I haven't elaborated on factorization because this is a basic concept. I have done it very quickly. So I hope you know how to factorize. After factorizing, you have to write it in this form. Now, x minus 2 and x minus 2 can get cancelled. So this becomes limit x tending to 2, x minus 1 divided by x plus 1. Now you can use direct substitution method. So wherever you have x, you put 2. Your answer becomes 1 divided by 3. Here's another question. So first, using direct substitution method, let's try to solve the problem. So x is tending to 3. Wherever you have x, substitute it with 3. So this becomes 3 square minus 9 divided by 3 minus 3. 9 minus 9 divided by 3 minus 3, which becomes 0 divided by 0. This is an indeterminate form. Whenever you have an indeterminate form, you cannot use direct substitution method. Now observe your question carefully. In your question, you have x to the power of something. So whenever you have x to the power of something, it is wisest to use the factorization method. So we don't have to factorize the denominator in the case because it's already in a simpler form, but we need to definitely factorize the numerator. So we need to factorize x square minus 9. To make our factorization easier, let's write it in this form. X square minus 9 can be written as 3 square. Now x square minus 3 square is of the form a square minus b square. The formula for a square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. So here, as we have x square minus 3 square, where your x is equal to a and your 3 is equal to b, our final factorized answer would be x plus 3 into x minus 3. So let's write down our question once again. Limit x tending to 3, x plus 3, x minus 3 divided by x minus 3. Now x minus 3 get cancelled. It becomes limit x tending to 3, x plus 3. Once you have simplified it, use your direct substitution method. It becomes 3 plus 3, that is 6. So basically, if you get an indeterminate form, you need to use a method other than direct substitution method. In this video, we saw how to use factorization method. Whenever your function has a power of something and it has scope for being factorized, use the factorization method. Hope this video was useful. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.